I know the whole boxing world just seen the old sparring session that was leaked from Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Now, I do not know who leaked this video, but it does explain a lot of what happened on the fight between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. And when I seen that video, I came up with two things. Either Ryan Garcia was an Ostarine during the sparring session, or Ostarine gotta be one of the most potent drugs that you can use for steroids, because I'm trying to use some steroids because I'm natty, but I'm still very fit because, you know, I keep my diet up and I work out every single day. Well, not Saturdays and Sundays, but I diet Saturdays and Sundays. And I am trying to gain a little bit of weight right now because it's bulking season and it's handcuffing season. You gotta find a chick before it gets too cold. But alright guys, so Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, they had a fight last 420. Shout out to all you guys that smoke. I blaze it now at night only just to go to sleep. But I didn't before, but I went to a comedy show and I was starting to blaze it at the comedy show because they gave you free weed. And for a second, I thought the Ostarine was the only reason that Ryan Garcia defeated Devin Haney. But nah, I really don't think so anymore. I think Ryan Garcia just beat him because, I mean, you see a lot of the flaws that Devin Haney had at this sparring session, which I'm going to show you right now real quick. And I believe Devin Haney needs to work on his defense a lot more, and maybe not his power, because you just don't have power, you know. But Ryan Garcia, it looked like exactly the same fight that happened when Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fought. But on the sparring session, either Ryan Garcia was just a lot better than Devin Haney, or he was on Ostarine on the sparring session as well. But who checks for drug testing on sparring sessions?
Nice. There you go. Get him. Start. Get him. Get him. Headshot. Headshot. Fool. Party. Crack that face. You know, those hands you crack it.
Even if he did use Ostarine on the sparring session, I mean, he knows he's gonna get checked at a real fight. So even if that's the reason he beat Devin Haney at the sparring session, that we will not know yet until the whole video gets released. But I don't know if it's gonna be released, but maybe later on when the fight does come through, or if Devin Haney does want to fight Ryan Garcia to get that get back, then we could probably watch it just the same way that Devin Haney and Tank Davis released that video a lot later when the fight was supposed to happen, but it did not happen. Ever since Riyadh season came into the picture, we really don't know who the best fighter is, because all these best fighters that are taking these fights at Riyadh season, they're actually losing. The ones that are favored to win, right? Well, Riyadh season is trying to change boxing, and I think it's for the good. Kind of like an old school version of boxing, or kind of like the UFC as well. The best fight the best at their best. And when that happens, you could expect upsets. If His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh and Riyadh season successfully take over boxing, you could see a lot of upsets, and you will see who really is the best, because they are going to be fighting the best. But I could always see these fighters that are fighting the best to have losses as well. So we really don't know how good Gervonta Tank Davis is, and we really don't know how good a lot of these other fighters are, like Jerome Boots Ennis. He's not really fighting anybody, and I don't know if it's his fault or not, but I really don't think he beats Terrence Crawford. I mean, Tank Davis has been looking very good lately. He's been knocking everybody out except for Pitbull Cruz and an old fighter in the beginning of his career. But we really don't know how good he is, because he hasn't really fought anybody like Shakur Stevenson or anybody like that. I know he defeated Ryan Garcia, but there was a lot of stuff that was going on in that camp. I guess Ryan Garcia was rehydrated and somebody injured his rib or something like that. I do not recall, but that's what happens. But if Tank Davis does beat Shakur Stevenson, then that's when we'll know where he really stands, or if he is a pound for pound king. He is definitely the face of boxing, don't get me wrong, but the pound for pound king, you cannot be the pound for pound king if you don't do pound for pound shit. And I know Tank is getting a lot of backlash for fighting Lamont Roach, but that's not really his fault. He was supposed to fight Vasily Lomachenko, one of the best fighters out there, and a little bit older, but he's still one of the best fighters out there. It's like CarMax. The best new cars make the best used cars. The old best fighters, the young best fighters make the best old fighters. So he was supposed to fight Lomachenko, but Lomachenko pulled out for some strange reason. And I know some of these fighters just take fights that make them look good. So the only person that I know is not doing that is Teofimo Lopez. That's why he has one loss in his record, but he is fighting top level competition. No matter if the style fits him or not, he'll fight anybody. But Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia and all these other fighters don't really do that unless you offer them a lot of money. But Teofimo Lopez is known to do that. He is known to take any fight, no matter what style, even if he knows it's gonna make him look bad, but he still comes out on top. And the reason he lost to Kambosos was because I guess he had like some he couldn't breathe. So that's the reason that he lost to Kambosos.